Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Expat in Deutschland. I am Arohi Kumar Brai, your host, and in this video we'll talk about different tips and tricks on getting a desired apartment in Germany. If you are a student or an employee who has been migrated abroad to Western Europe, be it in Germany, then in this video you will unravel new secrets, new unique points, tips and tricks on getting your desired apartment or flat in different parts of the Germany. So stay tuned, we'll talk more. So guys, at the very first place you have to define your needs. So what exactly you are looking for? If you are looking for a furnished apartment or an unfurnished apartment, and your demand is maybe one room or a studio apartment or a multi-room apartment. If you are a student, preferably you will take a furnished one room apartment or in a shared apartment way, but if you are a family you should look for an apartment with multiple rooms. And in the long term you have to look in your contract if you are getting a fixed term contract or an unlimited contract. So guys, once you have decided your desired contract, then you have to look for different kind of prices that comes with your contract. For example, in Germany, Kaltmiete is like cold rent, so where the utilities are taken out, but in case of warm rent, certain utilities or Nebenkosten are included. For example, your water or electricity or heating cost. But in many apartments, electricity and internet are taken by the individuals because they don't come with the part of the contract. So guys, once you have decided to stay in an apartment, then it's very important to look for the different service of internets. So for example, in certain places, major names like Vodafone or O2 are pretty good. In some places, you will get good services by 1&1 or pure internet. So it's very important to look for the speed of the internet and their services, if they are providing 4G or 5G services in your localities. And you should also talk in your neighborhood what kind of internet services they are using, because once you take a service, normally it's for 2 years. So make a wise decision at the very early stage. So guys, once you land in Germany, or if you are looking for apartment remotely, and then there are certain websites where you will get legit information. So for example, if you are a student, ideal place is to look into WG Gesucht. The links is in the description. And moreover, you can also look in Facebook groups. But if you are a family and looking for a long-term contract with multiple rooms apartment, then Immo Scouts or Immobilien Gesucht is an ideal choice. Normally you can see a lot of listing at free, but if you want to contact landlords, then it's ideal to take a membership fees. So for 1 to 3 months you can take and decide or zero down on your favorite apartment, and then you can give up the memberships. Besides this conventional apartment searching portal, you should also look at eBay Kleinanzeigen. So in Germany, many individual landlords, they offer their apartments as a listing on eBay Kleinanzeigen. So you can go to that space and look into the Immobilien categories. So guys, another vital point to consider while taking an apartment is the location. It should be in close proximity with your school or your working place, and there are also several factors that you have to consider. For example, location or the proximity towards the public transport. As a new incomer in Germany, probably you are dependent on public transport, which is very good in even small cities or big cities in Germany. So look for a location which is close to public transport, be it bus or subway or trams or even trains. And on top of that, you should also look for a supermarket, because in Germany there are many supermarkets like Aldi, Penny or Lidl, Netto, and they provide all the amenities on day-to-day basis. So try to get an apartment within 300 to 500 meters, so that even if you are carrying your items, it shouldn't be a baggage for you. Guys, on top of that, you should also look for a place where a gym or a sports Verein or Unisports is close to your place of dwelling. So for example, if you want to get into a German sports or games clubs, then I have also made a similar video. So the link is in the description. You can learn more about them. So as part of your apartment hunting process, you should look for several options. Don't zero down on the one that you have seen at the very first place. So once you visit these apartments, try to get a feel of the place. Try to locate or try to picturize yourself in that neighborhood, in that building. Try to see the noise level. If your place is right next to the main street, then at the night maybe there'll be a lot of noise. And look at also the quality of the apartment, if it is new or old. So for example, in the new apartment, the heating is very good. But in case of old apartments ranging from 100 to 200 years, you have to look for interiors. And in Germany, guys, there are several apartments of wooden or laminate flooring. So you have to be quite careful, like if there's some infection in the apartment, or there are some bed bugs or even cockroaches or even fungus. So these things should be taken into consideration while visiting the apartment very early stage and before signing any contract. So guys, another important point to consider is the application documents. So when you apply for an apartment at any individual landlord's premises or with any organization or any agencies, so they look for certain set of documents. So for example, your past 3 months of salary slips, if you are making enough money or your netto income is at least 3 times of the rent of the apartment, and if you are taking the apartment as a family, then you can also provide the documents as a whole. On top of that, you should also provide SHUFA. SHUFA is something like your Bonitas check or like credit statement something. So if you're living in Germany, you must be having that. But if you're new to Germany, talk to your employer or to your university or someone who has invited you, that if you can get any alternative, even at the bank, you can get some alternative. So on top of that, certain landlords do also look for a document called Miete-Schulde-Freiheit-Bescheinigung. Quite a mouthful of word, but you can break down this word into Miete-Schulde-Freiheit-Bescheinigung. It means a debt-free letter. So wherever you are staying in the previous apartment and you have paid all of your debt, then you will get a letter like this that you are free of any debt. And this kind of documents helps a lot in getting the credibility and getting the confidence of your next landlord. So guys, once you have got the apartment or if you are done with the application process, then you have to look at the local rental laws in Germany, because they vary from state to state. And on top of that, as a tenant, you are by default part of a German tenant association, but you can also apply for a membership into Mieterbund, what we call it, tenants association. You should also look for 2 kinds of insurance which are of highest importance. So for example, one is Haftpflichtversicherung, or it's like a liability insurance. So in case you lose your apartment keys, or in case there is a fire or water problem in your apartment, or if you make any damages to landlord's properties, then this kind of insurance protect you. And on top of that, there is another insurance called Hausratversicherung, and with that insurance you can protect your own goods. So for example, if you have bought some furniture, or if you own bikes or computers, laptops or anything, then you have to get a insurance against your own property. If you get a theft or some kind of natural calamities related issues on your own content, then these kind of insurance protect you. So guys, these days I have received a lot of queries and contacts from people who are looking for apartments in different parts of Germany, and they face certain issues. So for example, these days there are many pop-ups groups on WhatsApp or Telegram, and they are trying to scam you, or they are trying to create a spam kind of something. So stay away from them, because getting an apartment is a very responsible and very critical thing in Germany. So look for the best option. Don't be in rush, and take your time and talk to the relevant authorities. Look for the relevant agencies, and they can be of best support for you. So guys, if you are applying for the apartment from outside of Germany or anywhere within the country, try to make sure that you make online transaction with the proper reference, so that you have made the transaction for a rental or for caution money, and these information are properly documented. So guys, once you settle down in your new apartment, then try to look for the furniture. You can buy them from IKEA in your neighborhood, or Möbelrog, or there are several companies who sell furniture. Or on top of that, you can also buy second-hand furniture at very cheap prices. There are a lot of thrift stores or second-hand stores called Gebrauchtmöbelgeschäft, or even from eBay Kleinanzeigen. So guys, once you settle down in your apartment, in your neighborhood, then you want to socialize with your neighbors or in your localities. So in this regard, I would highly suggest to look for events on Eventbrite or meetup.com, even on Facebook groups. So there are a lot of activities like hikings, barbecue, or say wine parties or Christmas market. So in this regard, if you're looking for events related to music or sports, then on behalf of Zanger, we also conduct a lot of events throughout the country with our partner groups. So the link is in the description. Please try to explore them. Once you are new to the country and you are facing language related barrier, so you can also learn for the language courses on our platform zanger.com. And in case you are looking for translation related services of your marriage certificate, your birth certificate, your driving license, then Zanger also provides similar services. So guys, that was all from my side. I hope you learned something in this video, and do share these videos within your friends. And if you like this video, then please give us a thumbs up, and see you in the next video. Thank you.